things, and I've been divorced for 24 years. I got married at a young age, and I've been divorced for almost 25 years. And so I said, Lord, I've been, everything that I do, everything that's required to run my house, from my car, to my job, to my insurance, to my 401k and all that is all on me.
Right.
I would love the opportunity to sit on the side of my man and let him drive the car.
Right. And that honestly, you're the first woman that I ever talked to that soaked everything that I said in, like it was already on your brain. Because when I tell people that narrative that women are stupid and men are dumb, and like you said, when I first said it, you said, explain this one. And then when I explained it, you immediately picked up on it. Now, because like you said, and that's the one thing about myself, and the only way the quickest way to get there is you can't listen to yourself all the time. It's going to sound weird. And then number one, you can't listen to yourself all the time. And number two, you must remain open-minded, because the second you say, one thing that just kills me, the last woman I was trying to date, she was spraying in the doors, and she said, well, if we do that, bugs gonna come in. I said, it's raining out. Bugs don't fly in the rain. You want to catch this breeze, and you want to air out your house. I don't care. She just went into this, I don't care. She said, I don't care about 50 times. To me, you're closed-minded when somebody is trying to educate you on, you practically, in your house sniffing fumes, and you don't want to air your house out. You can't spray bug spray in your house and then sit in here and sniff these fumes.
They're not having any type of ventilation.
Exactly. And so that's just stupid. Now,
wow.
And so what happens is a woman is estrogen. So a woman is going to be soft to, it's like when we was talking earlier and you said a woman needs help with assistance. And you that's just how women are. A man is testosterone. So when the little boy falls down on his bike and bruises his arm up, the man gonna say, "Oh, brush it off. Put your bone back in your skin. Get some tape. Get some duct tape. Tape your damn arm back up. Get back on the bike." Damn, honey. He broke his arm. So what God designed us for is we supposed to offset each other. And like you just said, say it again about the woman. Say it again about the woman working for or something.
So in my own experience, and I've dealt with a lot of organizations over the course of my life and all of that, the biggest issue, the hardest, most difficult managers, supervisors, bosses, directors, whatever you want to call them, have been older women with no man.
Yeah.
Listen, I tell my girls all the time, people, for me, I don't know about anybody else, but for me, I think, okay, career, all of that's fine. All of that, I'm healthy. I don't take any medication. I can do everything. I do everything. I do everything by myself. I say everybody needs a healthy lifestyle, a healthy relationship, whether it be your girlfriends, your family, and everybody needs a good, solid relationship.
Everybody.
Sex on a regular, not with random people. I'm just saying sex with you got it. I'm telling you, that's just how I feel.
Well, you feel that's the way it is, and I talked about this one time, and I'm gonna break it down. I'm gonna hit you in the head with it some more. So I'm gonna say this.
Don't hit it down to the white meat.
Okay, I ain't gonna hit it down to the white meat. So I'll break it down. I'll break it down to you like this. Whenever you go into the woman section, everything is soft, silky soft, smell fresh and soft. Because that's what women are, soft. And then when you go look at men's stuff, it's hard, because that's what men are. So if you tell me if you tell me that something hard, something soft rather, can pierce through something better than something hard, I would ask you to explain that, because that's what it gets down to. So when a man is leading, he's in front as the hard body, he's piercing through the wind. If me and you was in the wind, hardness cuts through something better than soft. What has happened, and when I've met women, I've met a lot of women that they've been hardened, and that's what you're talking about, because they've been up front, so they've been hardened. The problem is when something is not supposed to be hard when it's soft, and soft when it's not supposed to be hard, or whatever, vice versa. It's not going to be authentic. For example, if you chew some gum and it's hard, you're going to say, "Well, Dad, this gum is hard. I can't chew this."
No, you're going to spit it out.
Right. Now, if somebody gave you a candy cane and you bit it and it was a gummy bear candy cane, you'd be like, "Man, what the hell is this? I ain't never had a gummy bear candy cane." Right. And that's what happens. The expectations of what we are gets lost when someone else is something that they're not supposed to be.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, I just believe that what keeps everybody balanced is, like you said, you got to be in a healthy relationship. You gotta, because if you need that, honey, take the garbage out, baby, I'm gonna take it out in the morning, baby, it's gonna be raining in the morning. Okay, you need that extra little something, baby. Don't you think we should stop and get some gas? No, baby, we can last a little, baby. It says next gas station to 200 and something miles. Oh, okay. You know what I'm saying?
But this is my question to you.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do when you don't have that? Now, let me ask you. I'm gonna do a two-part. What do you do when you don't have that? Are you to settle? Because I can't do that.
Well, no, because if you settle and then you have it, so that offsets the question in itself. But I know where you're going. I just wanted to throw that in there. But check this out. What you have to do is, like I said when I was talking to my mom, you got to stay open-minded. You have to make references. You have to reference out. You have to part out your thoughts. You have to parcel them out. You have to loan your thoughts to other things and let other things guide you. That's where music comes in it for me. That's what music do for me. For every way that I'm feeling, I know a song that I can relate to that'll keep me balanced. And one of the grandest things, you have to transition. You have to go from, like you said, let's say you come home, let's say me and you was in a relationship. You come home, baby, what's up? Blah, 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 blah. Baby, turn around for a second. What? I smack you in your butt. Girl, I'm going to tear that damn thing up tonight. Oh, ooh. Now you off a work thing. Oh, my man going to do this. You transition. We go to sleep. You transition. There's a period of time that goes into everything. The unfortunates of a person, and I've done this, when you by yourself, you don't leave your transition time. Let's say you got to go somewhere at 6 o'clock. Sometimes you may pop up 20 minutes before you got to leave out. You don't give yourself an hour to get up, have a cup of coffee, transition into getting ready. Some people get up and start getting ready the second they get up. You didn't allow your body to get up, wake up, let your brain get back online. You got up and you just jumped in the car and just took off. You didn't let the car warm up. You ain't letting it transition. When you go to work, you don't want to go there running to the clock, punching in, and then got to go to your post. You want to get there early so you can transition from arriving to the job, whatever. Okay, well, let me go get on this clock. Okay, I'll see you at lunchtime. Transition. People don't do that. So as long as you leave yourself transition time, you always allow something to subsidize, some help, because it's so easy to say, well, I'm by myself. So because I'm by myself, I ain't got nobody to listen to. And I know this guy who's got into a relationship with a 58-year-old, and she's been single for about 25, 30 years.
Oh, wow.
And he's got all these things that and I'm going to teach her this, and she's going to start doing that. And I'm like, bruh, I'm saying this to myself. I don't see none of that happening. I don't see none of that happening. Yeah. And then you got to want it. Like, I've tried to date women that act like a relationship is a nemesis, like being by themselves. Like the song Seaford Garden, it says it in a song, passion makes you soft for what you feel. So what that means is if you really is for a relationship, you soft, you're going to let it in. But when you hard on something, it's because you don't want to have nothing to do with it. And I've met people like, what exactly do you want in life if you hard on me and I'm not bringing you grief? I don't have it in me to bring it to you. But the song says, passion will make you soft for what you feel. Individuals.
But because I am living our last relationship was April of last year.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly. And it's not because I don't have any options. I don't want options. I just want somebody that's tailor-made for me. Is that asking too much? I don't think it is.
No, that's how it's supposed to be. And anything outside of that, you're only lying to yourself. So you can't lie to yourself. So no, you're doing it right.
And my niece told me about this dating website, and never, ever, ever thought to do it. Not saying that, and it's a good tool because I have girlfriends that have met their spouses on some type of social media site platform, and I'm successful. So speaking on behalf of a single woman, it's hard out here, and you know that. I'm not telling you something that's profound, no revelation. It's hard out here. I'm speaking from a woman's point of view, and I'm pretty sure you have stories from your perspective. But for me, it's difficult. And I say difficult because sometimes people want something that they're not really ready for. And I say that because, and it's like, am I a magnet for fools? I had some type of secret something on my forehead.
Wow. Well. I'm if I could.
You can.
All right. So, you're 5'10".
Yes.
Okay. Do you know what makes you 5'10"? Do you know why you are 5'10"?
You mean as far as like what part of that height?
Yeah.
My legs.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm a.
When you ask, right? It's like, oh.
Okay. Well, hold on. Okay, so I'm gonna break it down to you like this: testosterone gives a woman height.
Really? I don't like the sound of that.
Well, it's the truth. It's the truth.
really don't like the sound of that.
Testosterone gives a woman height. Now, here's the issue that a lot of men can't understand or deal with. A strong woman is a woman that is 5'10", 5'11", 6 feet, 6'1". You got to make sure you come correct. That's number one. I'm going to leave that right there. We can talk about that at a later time. Number two.
Can't leave me out there like that.
Well, I can't give you everything. Yeah. Can't give you everything. I told you I'm a full-blown nerd. So I know a little bit of everything, but nonetheless. Then on top of that, here's what I tell people. When you're in your 40s, ain't nothing you can say anymore. Your resume speaks for you. You can say what you want. Your resume speaks for you. You can run around and you can say, I'm this, I'm that, I'm this, I'm that. No, your resume speaks for you. So what happens is, at this age, you're more likely to meet somebody that was a failure, did something wrong, got something ain't right in their life, and they're actually using you. You follow me? Yeah, they're using you. Like, I've met women, like, I've met a woman last year. I mean, she was like 5'9", 5'10", probably 5'11". I mean, had the biggest ass in the world. I mean, any other guy would have been like, oh, but she had 5 kids by 4 different dudes. She she had a minimum wage job, and she lived with her mama. And at 45, with a resume like that, you're gonna get a sucker. The problem is, I ain't one. So you know, at this age, you talk about what are you bringing to the table. You need to be sitting at the table. Damn, bringing, like, no, I know. What are you bringing? You should be at the table already. So let's be clear. And a lot of people, they'll like, being a sucker for love is okay depending on who's doing the sucking. You can be a sucker for love. All right, just don't. You can't be a crackhead talking about I go to rehab 3 days a week, and next Thursday. Can you take me to go get my teeth? And then I got to go to court next week because one time I was high and drove a car and crashed and all that. No, you can't.
That was a real life situation.
Yeah, and then people, you get, oh, you think you better than me? Yeah, I do. I am. Don't shy me because I lived a life right. You know, that ain't working over here, partner. Don't even think that's gonna work. Oh, you think you better than me? Yeah, I am. Actually, yeah. I mean, somebody got to be better. Your situation isn't. I mean, what do you want?
Listen, I'm telling you, I'm laughing because I told you I write a book. That's why I said, you know, I'm single, and people say all the time, I'm single by choice. I'm literally single by choice. And I say that because, you know, people, if they're not trying to, I have somebody that you like.
No, I don't do that.
I learned my lesson. I told my girlfriends and their husbands and boyfriends, I'm good.
No, yep, I don't do that. You know, my friend tried that with me in 2015, and I felt, first of all, you're not giving my resume to nobody, and then they got a one-up on me. I can't. That's not, to me, that's not work, because you basically, you know, if you say, you know, if I told my man, look, man, I love it when a chick rub my kneecaps, and then you know, hey girl, all you gotta do is rub his kneecaps.
And guess what? You meet her first, maybe not the first time, second time. That's what she gonna do.
She'll rub my kneecaps.
And you don't even know.
Right.
She's been given the heads up.
Right. So now she done infiltrated, or they have infiltrated how to get your heart, and you ain't got no defense systems. You second you come around them, you got a red alert going on. So
right, you thinking God done sent you this person? How would they know that? They know that because your friend told them. Your friend told them. Let me tell you what happened to me. Oh God, I came in. So, I was at somebody's birthday party, and so I'm sitting there with birthday people. Some people came from out of town. We just family and friends, right? At a restaurant. This guy comes up to me and he says, "I know you." And I'm looking at him like, "I don't know you, Negro." This is what I get to myself, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So he started saying stuff that only somebody would me.
Mm-hmm.
So he said, "Oh, you have a son, and when I met you 20 years ago, your son was a little boy. You lived in Langley Air Force Base, and he used to drive a red Ford Explorer." And I'm like, "Wait a minute.
Mm-hmm.
I know who this dude is, but he knows a whole lot about me."
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, okay. It's a little different than what you said there. You know, nobody introduced me to him. Nobody gave him a heads up. He actually knew me from back before I even moved to Maryland.
Uh-huh.
So I'm looking like, I don't know this guy. I'm thinking, okay, did we take it to another level? Because I would have remembered that. I said, no, because I would have remembered that. Come to find out, we met briefly 23 years ago.
Mm.
So he was like, "Man, I can't believe that you look the same." And I'm like, okay. So we started conversing. I forgot about the birthday party because, you know, he was an alright looking dude and we're talking. I'm single, so I'm thinking, okay. So we exchanged numbers.
Mm-hmm.
Started talking. Nothing crazy, just general conversation. So he started, I called him one day, and he was, you know, he called me one day and he was like, "You don't sound right. What's wrong?" And I had just gotten from the mechanics from the shop. Something was wrong with my SUV, and it was something like it failed inspection because I needed tires. Because I had a 2015 car.
Mm-hmm.
It failed inspection because of tires. So he was like, "Okay, well, don't find any tires. I'll call you back." He called me back. He said, "Look, I found a place on Jefferson Avenue, and they have tires. You can get it mounted and all of that for $80 a piece." I'm like, "Cool, that's a good price." So he said, "Okay, you pay for two, I pay for two." And I'm like, wow, because nobody ever did that before.
Mm-hmm.
I felt weird because I'm used to doing everything by myself. So I said, "Okay, fine." So skip up a little bit. We started talking, and some days he would call, and then I would hear from him for a couple of days. I'm like, okay, this reeks of this man has a woman.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, okay. So he called me on a Saturday. "Oh, let's meet for lunch." I said, "Where?" All that. He told me where. I was there. Fine. So I got there. I said, let me ask you, not as soon as I got there, we were having a conversation, just general. And I said, okay, let me ask him this because I need to know. I said, why is it that some days I hear from you regularly, and then there are days when you go 3 or 4 days? Now, mind you, we're 3 weeks into reconnecting.
Mm-hmm.
He looks at me and said, "Well, are you asking me if I have a girlfriend?" I said, "I'm not going to ask you, but I feel like we're adults. You should tell me what it is that I need to know." But that's my question. He knows that's what I was going to ask him. He says to me, and I'm just giving you some background of the type of guys that I meet.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's kind of complicated. I said, "Wait a minute. You're too old to be kind of complicated." Mm-hmm. So what does that mean? Well, we were married for, are you ready for this? We were married for 30 years.
Mm.
And we divorced 2 years ago. And in the midst of that divorce, we started dating again.
I'm about to hang up on you.
Lie to you not. I can't make it up.
Wow.
And make it up. So I look at that. I said to him, so you have me out and about with you, and you got a whole girlfriend, not even a girlfriend, an ex-wife / girlfriend / 30 years, that's history, grandkids and all that. And I said, so in other words, had I not asked you the questions, those type of questions, or put that scenario out there, I would have never known. Those are the types of people, Troy, that gravitate towards me. So that is why I said, you know what? I need to pull back a little bit, do some of the things that I like to do, and not be so concerned about meeting that dude. Because when that dude comes, it'll be just like a well-oiled machine.
Right.
It'll fit.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I just learned that that a couple of things. You know how people say don't be so petty. I think you up the petty bar depending on how long you know them. When you just meet somebody, they didn't earn any petty off petty, right? You turn petty on full, low, everything. You petty sensitive, because petty will reveal the petty meter. Oh my God, it's the best meter to have, because
really,
yeah, it will help reveal a lot of things that you would think was normally nothing. Oh, that's nothing. No, be petty. Let them earn petty free time. Like you get into a petty free zone.
You know, I told my coworker, I said I could write a book. I could write a book. It wasn't that long, but why even waste ink?
Well, I'm gonna tell you, the woman that I told you that I met, I'm saying that this girl had a giant, like she was working it, and I'm like, you know, you lose booty points with all those kids, like you lose booty points.
Lose booty. I never heard that before in my life.
I'm saying I'm gonna say a lot of stuff you never heard before, but so you lose booty points, and you got all, like 5 kids by 4 different dudes. That's a lot of penis traffic. That's a lot of penis traffic.
A lot of what?
Penis traffic. And then you got to figure those 4 were hits. There's a lot of misses. I'm saying you gotta add this up. Just hang with me. It's all gonna make sense. So I met this woman on a Friday. Tuesday, that following, like 4 days later, Tuesday, not like the Tuesday, like 2 months later.
Not on a Tuesday, but the following Tuesday.
Yeah, like the following Tuesday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, that Tuesday. She sends me a text message. Can you bring me something to eat?
Why did I know you were gonna say that?
I said, first of all, she texted me. She texted us actually. I said, I think you texted me by mistake. Nah. Then she said, no, I was wondering if you could. I said, listen, I don't feed nobody that don't live in the same house as me. I don't do that. I don't text somebody at your house. It's 5 kids. You started early, so you got kids you 45. You got kids that should be about 39.
You know what? Stop that early. Stop it.
So you got
That's options besides me.
Right. And something is in that refrigerator that ain't turned green or something that somebody can bring you.
She was used to guys catering to her.
Right.
Because of her big donkey booty.
Right. Now check this out. She tells me the guy that she was dealing with sounds something like the situation you had. And she says, well, you know, I met this guy, and he had a wife and all that, and I said, well, you know, this gonna be the last time you calling me, right? Because she just was so high quality. And then she turns around and tells me that she sends out a blast text, and then he responded to it sometime later. But I thought blast text was people that you know, that you saved in the phone under a contact. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like, so I said, okay. So then they start talking again. Then, you know, she lived, you're going to love this one. She lived 4 miles from her job. 4 miles from her job. And one day she was tired and she didn't want to go home. So she went to his house. And the hits just keep on coming with this one. And, you know, when I lay down, I can't lay down with clothes on. I mean, I can't lay down with clothes on. So I'm just saying to myself, okay, so what happened? So, you know, I laid down and, you know, I was naked, and he was like, I'm saying to myself, you know, this is not a good conversation to tell me. Like, you really, like, this is a donkey move right here. Like, if I log on to donkey.com, this story will be on there.
Oh yeah, mine will be right up under it.
And so they ended up, and so that was that. Now I'm saying to myself, well, sorry to hear that. So don't you know, 12 days, count them, 12 days, like 1, 2, like 11, 12, like 13 minus 1, 12 days. Don't you know this woman sent me pictures of some rings talking about, pick out which one you want to buy me because I want to get married.
Oh, that's a definite basket case. Basket case.
Hold on for a second, okay? Hold on for a second.
Okay.
I get lightheaded every time I even think about that. So just give me a second.
I'm holding on for real.
You was. I'm really serious.
Let me tell you this. So, about maybe a month ago, I've been out of a relationship since April of 2018. By choice. Yeah. So you know you can dig into what I'm saying without me saying it. 2018. So sister's a little stressed, but I'm good. So I meet somebody introduced to this guy. He lives in Suffolk. So we met. Okay, decent looking guy. I've been on this job 28 years. About 53. Okay. Tall like I like. Okay. And so we talk, hang out, and we talk every day. Deep conversation. You know, you talk deep conversation, that breaks a lot of ice. And usually it takes me to go to someone's house. That's for my own safety measure. That's for my own safety purposes. Oh, come over. I want to fix you dinner. You know, I like wine. He's like, I get you wine. I'm like, okay. He convinced. He took him about an hour because I'm like, oh no, I don't want to do that. I don't feel comfortable. But he was like, listen, we know so many of the same people. I'm not a monster. I'm not going to do anything to you. So take a chance. I'm like, okay. I go over. You fix dinner for me. Now you tell me if I'm wrong. Fixed dinner. The dinner was good. The house was hot as crap because his AC was broken. I'm like, if he'd have told me that, but I wouldn't. I mean, I was in there like trying to be cute, but I'm hot as I don't know what. But I got
the AC wasn't broke. That was part of the plan. But go ahead.
Whatever. So you know, we have a good conversation. It's going good. I'm having a good time. I said, okay. You know, we talking, we laughing, nothing crazy. So he says after dinner, we go and sit in like a den area. TVs, it's nicely furnished, 2 recliners. So he's in one, I'm in the other. Fine. He says to me, well, I gotta tell you something. I'm like, oh no, what the hell is he gonna tell me? He said, I got a habit. And I'm like, is this Negro a crackhead? What is he gonna tell me? Because I'm about to get my personal got to be gone. He tells me I smoke weed. A lot of people smoke. I don't. But a lot of people do.
That was a test. Like that he didn't need to have to tell you that. He thought you was gonna say, roll it up. Let's get lit.
That's what he did. So I was like, I said, well, I don't. I said, but I can't knock. I can't tell you what you can't do in your house.
That's right.
He proceeds to take out this big blunt and start smoking it in my presence, right? The smoke is just coming my way. Like, I don't know, it was hot in there. I don't know. He had the window up, so the little bit of wind that was coming in was blowing all that my way. I said, oh, wow. And I thought that was a little crazy for you to even be that open with me. First time I'm at your house. And not only did you smoke a whole blunt by yourself, your son came over. And y'all started smoking again.
Wow.
No, Troy, about 20 minutes later, I said, this is time for me to go. I said, I got my purse, and I was out the door. And I probably should have told him that I felt uncomfortable with that.
Of course.
But when I get out of this Negro's house, he ain't never got to worry about me.
Right.
And that's what I meant.
Right.
So I go through that stuff. And I know those things are not for me because that's not part of my lifestyle.
Right.
I'm not a weed smoker.
I said something the other day. I was talking, and I said, I had a woman tell me about 2 years ago. You got some nice arms. Why don't you get tattoos? Like get a sleeve, get tattoos. And I'm like, so what's wrong with me? Just the way I am. Why do I have to so how is that going to better me when I get a tattoo? Then what? I'm going to get better gas mileage on my car.
So you're going to live longer.
Yeah. I'm like, what? Yeah. So there's a narrative with black folks, and it's quick to get to recreation. Everybody's quick to get to recreation. Everybody's quick to say, well, did that, now it's time to party. It's time to relax. It's time to get lit. It's time to whatever. And, that's why I tell individuals, all I need is a DVD and an ice cream. I'm good. I don't do nothing else. But
a DVD and an ice cream.
Yeah, that's the DVD and some ice cream. Give me the Avengers and give me a vanilla bean or a butter pecan. I'm good. But people think that when you say that I do this or I do that, then normally recklessness comes after that. Normally after pleasure, when you transition into that, recklessness soon follows. So it's understandable. So people want to quick to get to that. You idling, let's go, let's do, less. It becomes a less fest. And then what when you say less, what is also is less is common sense.
Yeah, you're right.
No more common sense. Common sense has left the building.
Drop the mic.
Yeah, and no, I definitely dig it. And once again, I will always tell people that it's all right. I'm not rushing nothing. I thank God that I stayed on par. I didn't just go out and be like, oh, this and that. Like, a friend of mine messed around and then he had a baby, and now you got something else to deal with. So I stay open-minded, and I keep always making references. Like I said earlier, you gotta go ahead and ration out some of your moves to good things, the good, stable, balanced things. listen to this and help get guidance from that, you got to kind of like piece together order in your life, because when you by yourself, it's just easy to say, I was this, I was vulnerable, I was lonely, all these things. Man, I'm not interested in none of that.
You said what?
All these things, all these, I was lonely, you got to understand, I was feeling like this. You have no idea. And then what happens is now you got to make up for a big mistake, because the mistakes normally comes big. They come big, you know.
Yeah, and some have great repercussions.
Yep.
Like those moments of weakness, or I'm single and I was vulnerable, and you do crazy things, and then with that you don't protect yourself, and you gotta pay by somebody you don't even really know.
Yep. And then and then all the things you wish for, like you wanted things to be stable, you don't have that. You missed that because you didn't apply safety, you didn't apply common sense. Excuse me. Everything was done out of recklessness and
out of immediate gratification.
Yeah. So
that's why I keep myself. Now I'm saying that I don't think about intimacy. Of course I desired it, but my desires are not greater than my common sense.
Ooh.
Learn that.
Wow. Man, that's some good stuff there.
I had to learn it because I can't keep making the same mistakes year after year. The same mistakes I made when I was 25. I'm still making them at almost 50. I can't do that. I will feel awful.
Right. Yeah.
So, I've had guys say, oh, you're slow. Not slow as far as mentally, but, because I'm not giving in to what you want me to give into now. So then let me be slow. Find those girls that are faster than I am.
Yeah, I get that. I get the same thing. And what I tell individuals is all the time, what love me in a special way. My man said what worked for you so well for you before, for me simply just won't do. Right. Love me in a special way. And basically what that special way is, just the right way. I take my friendships through the correct stages. Admire, like, and love. Nobody when we was kids, nobody said you got a secret like. It was you got a secret admirer.
Right.
And then nobody said you got a secret love. It was you got a secret admirer. Because the first step of liking somebody is you must first admire them. And we missing steps now. And that's where a lot of people are in life. They just missing steps.
Putting the cart before the horse.
Yeah.
Putting it all backwards. Yeah. And I know those things because I was once that person in my 20s and early 30s.
Of course.
But with age should come maturity. Mm-hmm. It just should. So yeah, it's difficult, but I'm not going to say I've mastered being single because I don't want to master it, but I know what works for me. I know what I want, and I know the things that I need to stay away from if I'm going to get what it is that I want. It's difficult. I mean, and out of all of that, the meeting of the minds we had tonight, I'm still a fun person. I like to try new things. Now, what I'm not going to try is bungee jumping. You can cancel that. I'm not going to try.
I ain't trying to run it with the bulls.
No. I'm not doing that. I'm not going to hang glide. I'm not jumping on a plane. I'm just got to snow. I'm okay with it. And I'll never say never, but the way I'm feeling now, I can't see me doing that. I mean, if my mate and we're tight and everything's going good, he may be like, oh baby, let's just try it one time. Okay, baby, I might, but that's not my mind right now. It's just
Yeah, well, that's a good perspective because I often have people ask me things and I say, well, my life is designed for me right now. And one woman said, that's a good answer. because people expect for you to be doing everything like everybody else. And I'm currently looking to purchase a home, and so I got my sight set on a 4-family in Suffolk. And it's like, well, why would you if you don't have your own? Look, I ain't married, so I want additional income because I don't have a wife. Now, if I was married, don't you think me and my wife would be like, no. We need us a house for us. You know, that's just what it gets down to.
And let me ask you this. That opened up another door, and I don't want to hold you up. I'm not going to work tomorrow. I have to go. My engine light comes on and off with my truck, so I want to take it to the shop tomorrow. I told my boss today. I'm not. So let me ask you this. Mm-hmm. So, I lost my train of thought. Lord.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, don't do it. Don't. I lost my train of thought. What the?
Gosh. Oh man.
You've never done that.
Yeah, I've done that.
What was I getting? Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
Freaking kidding me. What was I going to say?
Well, I was talking about purchasing a house, 4-family.
Oh, there you go. Thank you so much. So this is my dilemma as well. Single gal, just me, son's grown, boom. I'm at a crossroad. And this is my reasoning for being on the fence when it comes to home ownership. I know that it is probably the smartest thing.
Yeah, necessity if they want to say that. Yeah.
So I'm single. Do I want all of that responsibility for owning a home? Mm-hmm. And I know that there are insurance policies. Well, I don't know. Insurance. So something. My biggest dilemma is if something breaks down, if the roof has a leak, that's all on me. My sister said, "Well, you can buy a policy that will cover those things." Yeah,
nothing covers a roof though, but yeah.
So I'm at a crossroad, Troy. Do I want to do this now, or do I want to just give somebody a payment every month? Mm-hmm. And if something breaks down, they come and fix it.
Yeah. Me personally, because I sold my house in 2016, and I got $96,000 after the mortgage was paid. I had equity in it, and I was just not knowing where I wanted to go, for 3 years, and then part of the plan was take some of that, take the balance of that, what I already had, and save. And I was gonna buy my house cash. I didn't want a mortgage, so that was my one dilemma. But the way I look at things is like the bottom line. Then the bottom line would be money. So if you're talking about purchasing a home, a single family, I personally, I'd rather rent, because it's more to it than it costs more to own. Now, I'm talking about a rental property. So it's going to generate its own money, and one would expect that all the problems that may arise, I'm going to put the money in a pot just to make sure, probably give myself a paycheck every week, a little something to whatever. But the property is going to pay for itself. So that's different. So if you look at a house, and like I said, one thing I learned about down here, they do things different. I went and looked at one property, and I was smart enough to know that the back porch, which was really a big giant deck, 2 stories tall, about 10 feet off the house, I've seen where the man replaced some of the strips of the wood, some strips here, the banister was replaced. You can see old, and then you can see strips of new wood inside there. You have to be smart enough to say to yourself, I'm going to purchase this home, and then the city going to come out and say, this thing needs to be tore down and rebuilt. And it's going to cost me about $100 and something thousand to rebuild that deck. It was just elaborate. old and huge. So no, I didn't buy that property. Now, you talk about a roof. A roof is really nothing if you get a ranch home. Don't get a colonial. Don't get a 2-story. A roof, heck, you can send, I've done roofs, lots of roofs, but I'm not doing no 2-story roof. I'm not doing that. I'll do a ranch style home, no problem. I'll tear the tiles off, change the tiles. So if you don't know how to do that, then you're talking about a lot of cost you're going to be absorbing yourself. So when a person says, should I buy a home or should I rent? If I wasn't, I'm renting now. I'm only buying property because I'm buying multifamilies. I'm not buying no single family just yet. I'm not even interested. Not nowhere near interested. I'm good with renting. I'm not going to buy a place, until I get some rental properties and get some things going and then let the rental property pay for everything.
Yeah, that's a wise choice. So and that's where I am with it now.
People like to just say that because it's the thing to say. I own a house. So go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're fine. And that's why I said I was telling my sister, I said, you have a husband. So, and you have grandkids and your kids are grown, you have grandkids and all that. I said, I am not there. So I understand that you want that for you and your family and your grandkids and your kids. I'm not there. And I don't think I'll be there at this point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm thinking.
I thought I was being not smart.
No, I'm a man, and that's my perspective right now because I tell people I could wake up one day too and say I want to do this or I want to do that, and so it's not. You're not doing nothing wrong because if I decide I want to move and have a one family, I'm not getting no money off it. You rent it out, you're not getting profits off it. You probably make the mortgage you rent it out just to make the mortgage. So, people just do things because they think it's the right thing to say, not calculating all the narratives of your life. And that's what you did. All the narratives in your life says this is the way to do it. So you dead on. So I don't feel bad about it. My friend keep telling me, hey man, buy your house, man. Buy your house, man. I'm like, dude, you gotta, like you said to your wife rather. I mean, your sister, excuse me. I told him, bro, you got a wife. I don't have that. It's just me. Yeah. I don't have that. I don't have that. I don't have none of that. I said, listen, you and your wife sit down and y'all be like, he said he got a zoned AC unit, the central air unit put at his house. He said his house so big he got three of those things at his house. One for one zone. And I said, bruh, you and your wife sat down and y'all thought about that and decided to do that. I don't have to do that. You got an extended garage built on your property with a maid's quarters on top. That's what you and your wife decided to do. You wouldn't have did that if you was by yourself. So you speaking to a single person with a marriage narrative, and that's basically what you told your sister. So, you're doing the right thing.
You have kids?
Yeah, yep. I got a daughter.
Okay, good. Just one?
Yep. I was one and done.
That's my first one. And so this guy asked me, he was like, "You just got one?" I said, "Why is that such a big issue? Like, why is that so hard to believe? Because I only have 4 or 5 kids by 4 or 5 different guys." No.
Right. Well, we seem to always have a problem for recklessness. It's always an excuse. It's always like recklessness seems to be like anything outside of that. It's a rarity. It's just a rarity. I have a scooter, right? And when I tell people I have a scooter, people be like, a scooter? Yeah, whatever. Then I say, well, I don't have that little DWI scooter that you see people zipping around town on. I have, you know, that's, I say what you see those people have is the little $800, I call them Pep Boy scooters. I said, I have the $9,000 Honda Silverwing with the 600 in it. It'd blow the doors off your car. Well, I didn't know about that. Let me Google that. Let me Google that. Then they Google it and be like, oh, damn, I didn't know they made these. Well, I'm the type of person, I like to ride and cruise. It's a cruiser. I don't like
I've never been on a motorcycle in my life.
Oh, okay. Well, this is a cruiser. It has a wide seat. It's a cruiser. It has an air ride suspension. It's designed to go and I get on it and enjoy the ride. I don't hot dogs. I don't do no wheelies. But the norm is I should have got a Hayabusa. I should have got a crotch rocket. Oh, well, you should have got that. I didn't want that. I got what I wanted.
Ones where you could weave in and out of traffic.
Say that again.
It's not one of those ones where you could just be weaving in and out of traffic and going really fast.
Well, it goes it goes fast, but weaving in and out of traffic, that's all on the rider. That's all on the rider. I'm not that dude. I go to the VA out in Richmond, and I'll ride out there and I'll punch it. I'll get on some things, and I did 130 in a couple of spots, but I don't. I've been riding motorcycles all my life. I've never had an accident, and I never will. I never will. I never will. I don't play that dumb. My dad taught me when you ride. My dad taught me respect the bike. If you don't, you will die. You will die. I'm not gonna tell you you're gonna get hurt. I'm gonna tell you you're gonna die. So when you ride, just ride to enjoy it. Just ride. Don't gotta ride and be speeding, be reckless, and be trying to get wild time in. Just ride to enjoy. Just enjoy it. People don't know how to do that.
Right.
Yeah, they don't know how to do that. So that's another thing with people just what everybody's doing. I don't do what everybody do. I'm not into. I can't do what everybody do because my style doesn't allow me to do what everybody else do. So to me that's corny, but to them I'm corny. It's reversed.
I don't get corny from you.
Yeah, that's just how it is. So.
Think you corny?
Well, I would say I'm corny from the perspective of the societies, because this is what I tell people. I tell people that life is what we all are graded by life. You go to school to educate yourself to have a good life. You don't go to school to educate yourself to be able to party. You don't go to school to educate yourself to be able to do something stupid. So we all go to school to have a good life. Now, when it comes to life, I got life by the horns. So if I'm talking to somebody and their perspective is, well, you don't do this and you don't do that. Okay, well, when did you learn how to do that in school? Because that's what we all went to school for, is to have a good life. I did that. I've accomplished that. At 50 years old, I've accomplished that. So when it comes to life, you ain't got a better life than me. So don't try to tell me I should have got a Hayabusa or I should do this or I should do that. Because when I was a kid, that's what we all went to school for. To educate ourselves to have a good life. There was nothing else. There wasn't no runner-up. And if you don't have a good life, then you can now take this and apply it to. It wasn't that. It was for life. So I have an excellent life. And I wouldn't trade my life for nothing.